As we continue this week's interview with Dr. Hemanta Sirisena from Kalamia University, we turn to a discussion on yet another influential Russian leader. What is it about Vladimir Putin that has enabled him to have so much power over Russian politics? How is he viewed by his colleagues and the Russian people? And what will 2 more terms of Putin mean for Russia? Now, with the March elections that just happened, do you view certain changes to come in the future in Russia?
I hope so, because he started so many things to, when he became the president, Russia's owes to Western, I heard, $500 million. He saved everything. He gave back everything. And he became free country. And he began so many productions with in cooperation with Japan, in cooperation with other, even with the Germany, and so many other countries. And they now produce something what we need in the modern world.
What is his relationships within his own governing colleagues? I mean, is he somebody who people look up to, or is he somebody who is feared? What is his governing style?
Maybe there may be some people who were before him who was engaged in corruption. They are feared to see him.
What about the general electorate? How did they view him?
In any general election, as it is, we experience in all the countries. There are such things. Who make some scandals, who make special obligation. There may be those kind of things will happen. Maybe we'll have to wait.
Right. One other, moving a little bit broadly, how do you foresee his relationships with other world leaders, namely the EU, leaders in the EU, in the US? They've had more tensions, especially between the US. There have been increased tensions rather than decreasing tensions between Russia. How do you view the future with Putin coming into power?
Of course, these 2 fronts, they want to make their security. Regarding this, they take any measure, you see. That is why in 1960s there happened this Cold War. I hope so, because after 45, after the Second World War, all these 2 parties they tried to expand this NATO even, and they developed so many weapons. This is the result of this. They wanted to test those things. They fight together, but not in their lands. Yeah, they fight in other countries. They test their weapons in those countries, not in the same the front. There was not front war.
Right.
But this Cold War ended somehow, and after that. You see, this after 2000 year, Putin became, and he wanted to save his country. And again, sometime you may have heard there was a conference in München. They are gathered these leaders of the world, especially superpower. And there he proclaimed that he doesn't like this one center of governing, this democracy, what means in the Western, and one market. He disliked. He claimed that we don't accept this kind of policy. And after that, again there arisen some kind of separation of that former ideas.
Right.
And after that, again they are trying to make to keep their security again.
Right.
And that is why the Russia again began to keep their army strong. And another question here, after Yeltsin, the former Soviet Union fell down, and those countries were attracted by this NATO. Then what happened? Then Russia again, Russia has to think about this. What will happen? Because NATO expanded their power all over the Russia, because the surrounding boundaries of the Russia. Then again, Russia has to strengthen their army, the power. I mean, air, land, and sea.
Just to focus on the relationship between Russia and the U.S., since it will become an issue in the future. As I recall, when Putin came into power, Bush was in power, and there was pretty good relations between the Bush administration in the U.S. and with Putin in Russia. Now with the Obama administration, do you see that relationship being positive or sort of not, being a little bit tense?
The relationship between Putin and the Obama, in some aspects, they agree, but in some relation they have conflicts. When the Syria problems, I think, and also when this Afghanistan, also they came to some resolution. But regarding this market and this democracy and NATO problem, especially, they are against. I think they have no agreement,
Right.
because the Russia began again to construct their army, and not only they. The purpose of this gathering these former Soviet Union republics to the NATO, inviting them, the purpose is to surround the Russia. So how there will be a friendship?
Right.
See? But it is always underground things. On the space you can't see. But this is the situation now.
It will be interesting to see what happens when Putin actually starts his term in May. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sirisena, for joining us on Global Perspectives. Thanks. For those watching Russia's developments, the question is whether or not Vladimir Putin's victory will change Russia in any way. Opposition forces have been on the streets protesting the election results. However, experts say that the opposition will have to do more than just rallying on the streets if they are to have an impact on Russian politics, such as putting more pressure on the regime to liberalize and allow more political involvement. The challenges for the opposition is to become a viable political force so that in time it can have a meaningful impact. With that, we conclude this edition of Global Perspectives. We hope you enjoyed the show and invite you to join us again next Monday at the same time on MTV Sports. Thank you for joining us and good night.